I'm Miss Kimmie. I've been a dance teacher and a studio owner for about 15 years. My specialty are the preschool age all the way through about first grade. And if you clicked on this video, you need help with your lesson plans for that age. Making sure you have really solid lesson plans for our preschool and our kinder classes is really important, mainly because they're little and they're going to run the class. So if you're interested in how I write my lesson plans, keep watching. So step 1. How long is your class? Is it a 30-minute class? Is it a 45-minute class? Is it a full hour? Let's figure that part out before we write our outline. So in our outline, we're going to divide the class up by our time. Okay, so I'm going to use my class as an example. For my ages 2 to 4, we have a beginner ballet creative movement combo class that is 45 minutes. So when you've determined the length of your class, we're going to determine 2 things. 1, what do we want to work on that day? And 2, do they have a recital coming up? This is how I divide it. I think of our stretching time, our across the floor time, and then our combination time. So we've got 3 things to think of. So step 1, we've got stretching. Pretty simple. If you've got 45 minutes, you need about 15 minutes at least of stretching. Good floor work. Maybe this is where you also work on your pliés because it's slow. The introductory movement to the class. Get them really warmed up and paying attention through storytelling. After your stretching, I always move our dancers to across the floor. This gets us up from our sitting position and we can move across the floor, get our energy flowing again, and get their attention back. When we're moving across the floor, I like to look at things like, are we going to work on our passe walks, or are we going to work on our tippy toes? Or my favorites are chassés with gallops across the way. Across the floor should take about 15 minutes as well. Whether they take turns, they do it back and forth, they might do all at once, but you repeat over and over. So you've got your first 15 minutes, your second 15 minutes, and boom, that's already 30 minutes of class taken up. So then you've got the remaining 15 minutes of class to bring them back to the center, facing the mirror, and teach them their recital dance or a couple of combination dances. Maybe these are the dances that you all do every week. We like to do the Macarena just for fun. And yes, at that age, it's a lot of fun. We've got a couple of staple dances we do every single week, and repetition is great for this age group, so do not be afraid to repeat songs. And speaking of songs, don't worry, we're going to come back to that in just a minute. So let's move on to a full hour class. For example, the class that I do is a combination of ballet and tap. This is great introductory to dance kind of class. It gets everyone excited for dance, ballet, tap. They kind of figure out what they like. And this is for ages 5 to 7 or even 6 to 8. So first, taking that full hour, I split it into 2. So I've got 2 30-minute sections. So now I've got 2 30-minute sections to really fill in the blanks here. Personally, for us, we start with tap. This is just so that the parents can help them put on their shoes right when they get there and that I don't have to tie any laces. It also gets their juices flowing and all the energy because they usually show up with tons and tons of energy. And then at the end, we can slow down with ballet. So for tap, I've got a 10-minute warm-up. These are the songs, again, that are going to be repetitive. The fun warm-up songs that you do where you tap to the front, tap to the side, toe, heel, toe, heel. Warm up your body, shake it out, working on the rhythm. The next section, again, is across the floor. Across the floor is super, super important, especially with this age. Again, it gets them out of their current spot. We're going to go across the floor. We're going to get that energy flowing. We might learn a new step. So across the floor for about 10 minutes, we'll do our heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, or fa-lap, 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 fa-lap. Then after across the floor, you move back to combinations if you have one. If you don't have one that week and you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. You can do some more across the floor. You could do some repetitive songs again for fun. You could do a little rhythm game in a circle. This is really your maybe 5 to 7 minutes of finishing the tap portion or this section of class. Then you have a shoe change, which can be a little challenging, but as long as you stick to your time, again, we're going to come back to songs, everything should flow good. So then you just repeat. You have another 30-minute segment. You open with 10 minutes of stretching with the plies and the floor work, because this is ballet now. Then we've got 10 minutes of across the floor, and maybe the remaining part of class working on your combination or playing a game like freeze dance. So that's the basics. Now, step 2, which is music. If you do not have a playlist that you can just hit play and it play all the way through without stopping, it's going to be chaotic. So map it out. If you've got a 45-minute class, you need to have 45 minutes worth of music. If you have an hour class, you need to have an hour's worth of music. Personally, I use iTunes so that I can download all the music that I am planning on using, and I can just hit play and it'll go right through, no stops. And if you have an Apple Watch, even better, then you can pause it and it's not that big of a deal. But the walking back and forth to maybe your phone or, old-fashioned CD player, yes, I still have one of those, that's going to break up the flow of your class, and it's going to really ruin the kids' focus. So what kind of music are you supposed to be picking for these playlists? Well, go back to your outline and see, I've got 15 minutes worth of stretching. I either need repetitive songs that we like and we use all the time, or for ballet you might want to do, and I highly recommend instrumental. So I like to download a lot of Disney princess karaoke songs or Disney piano songs so that they can recognize the song, but we're not necessarily hearing the lyrics all the time. Honestly, as long as you've got a really good, easy playlist that you can just hit play, you should be good to go. Other things to remember are you using props that week? Across the floor, that's a great opportunity to use props. You could use dots, you could use scarves, you can use cones. Make sure you have all of those props ready to go. And that's really all there is to it. Make sure you know what you're teaching, how long it is, map it out, 10 to 15 little segments here and there, stretching across the floor, combination or a game, and make sure you've got a really good playlist. I hope this video was helpful to anyone who needs it. And if you like content like this, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I will be posting a lot more. Also, leave some comments down below on what else you'd like to see from me. I specialize in preschool through kinder teaching, so if you have any other questions, just let me know. And if you don't have any lesson plans or music planned for February, I got you covered. Just click the link in the description. Just for $19.99, you get an entire full 4 weeks lesson plans for February, music included, and choreography videos from me as well. And some other fun things like coloring pages and activity pages and props. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!